Welcome to the combat adventures of Valkyrie Profile 2. Today, we unveil some sacred techniques, powerful enough that it may even challenge the meta. Tactical techniques, but it can be applied to all levels of play. So I'm going to send you all to a live video breakdown. Hopefully, it will be enough to explain everything. So break out your notepads, get your pen and papers ready, and I hope you enjoy. Catch you in a minute. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate in this dungeon how the triangle formation works. You need at least 3 members to perform the triangle techniques, which would allow you to have an extended range, but also have a network of range. So let's say I wanted to have a team on the right and a team on the left. For this, we'll use Rashika for this example, and we'll have her go over here towards the right. We'll put it on team red. And let's say I wanted Lydia to be on, oops. Okay, this is a delicate balance. So we'll put Rashika all the way over here, double dash it so she doesn't get the pull. We'll put Lydia all the way on this side, which is good enough. And now we'll have this team march up the middle. Okay, so now we have effectively our setup. We have these two sticking together. We'll call this the magnet. It always has to be 2 clumped up together. And the triangle, the one leaking out. In this case, we have 2 leak outs. We have one on this side and we have one on this side. The leakers are both on team red, but they're too far apart for that to matter. However, they're close enough. They're close enough to be in range to connect with the magnets. The leakers are the only ones who can make this work. The leaker has no magnet powers if done correctly. If I move her a little bit and switch her to team blue, she would immediately pull the magnets like so. And if I were to go to Rashika, move a little bit and turn to team blue, she would immediately pull the magnets towards her. That is the basic functionality of this. I can avoid pulling them, however. If I hover over the magnets, it's like me accounting that I don't want them to move. So you have to make sure that you hover over their players and then go back to your leaker. Now, if I were to change my leaker to team blue, the magnets will not come towards the leaker until I move. And I'm gonna change color to stop them from coming forward. Something about that process, right? That makes it so that these 2 magnets do not unnecessarily come towards your leaker and therefore provide you a base if necessary. And if I were to go to Rashika and do the same thing, she's my other leaker. If I were to see stationary already and I hover over the 2 magnets, the 2 bases, and then go back to Rashika, turn blue, she doesn't pull the magnets either, despite the fact that she is in range to pull them. And she doesn't pull them until I move, or if I move and then turn blue. Or do this to pull both of them, right? But if I go here, do this, and then go back to her, she doesn't pull them, right? Does that make sense? That is the basis of the triangle formation. The other part that is pivotal to this is our 2 magnets at the base. Again, they are magnets because they are close together. They are pulled taut together. They are inseparable. Therefore, they have a magnetic force towards them. They cannot perform the leaker's duty. Meaning, if they were to turn towards a different color, our leaker's colors, which is red, no matter what I do, they will always pull. They will always pull because they are the magnets. The leakers, they do not pull the magnet if you perform the proper techniques. So now we have a magnet base of 3. And in this scenario, I want to create a attack. I got my leaker into an attack position. They are also in attack position. But let's say I got her in a better attack position. Only Arcana is in range. So what I could do is move a little bit and then pull. Actually, Arcana is not in range. I'll just move a little closer. So now she can pull Arcana because Arcana is the closest. What I can do is pull her little by little. And these are free movement spaces. You do not have to worry about the enemy moving with you. They're all outside of range from attacking, but they're also outside of range of being hit. But Lydia is in range and she's in a good position. I don't want them to come into harm's way. So what I do is I make the insurance policy. My leaker is stationary, and then I hover over the characters who I don't want to pull. And then I go back to my leaker, and then I swap to the team color. And now I can get everybody within my items range. So everybody who is within reach of my item can be pulled. So if I just turn blue, she can't pull because the maximum range of your gravity is your item. So none of them are in range to receive a single item. So I'm gonna move up a little bit. They're still not in range. He was barely in range. It seems like the range is slightly outside of the item range. Just slightly outside, but it's a good barometer to have. So I use it to pull him closer, and I'm gonna go to him, and he's gonna pull the others closer. So now none of them are involved in the attack. So I go over, tell them not to move, and now click over. They do not come over, and all of them are still included into the attack. We can just protect the team and keep attacking. I'm gonna get 98, 98, and I'm gonna get 100. I got 100 AP off of that. Every time you move, you have to go over them, tell them, hey, leader's orders. As long as you make sure that you understand the 2 roles. There's the magnet role, and then you have the leaker, or in other words, the triangle. As long as you understand those 2 concepts, you can utilize this. Make sure you go over, hover over each one, tell them, hey, leader's gambit, and then swap back over. And voila. I was questioning between calling it the triangle formation and calling it the vet step. The vet step sounds as like it's cooler, right? But it makes sense to call it the triangle. Now, let's go on to phase 2. Fuck it, I'm gonna call it the vet step. The vet step because vet has 3 letters in it, which makes a triangle. This time, we're going to use 2 members, and we're going to target the snail because he's right up on us. So again, the vet step or triangle formation requires that you have a base of 2, or in other words, the magnet position. In this case, we have 2 magnet positions. A minimum of 3 characters is required to do this. As of now, that I've been able to find, minimum of 3 characters is required to do the vet step triangle formation. In this scenario, I'm gonna accidentally dash and then dash over here. And I'm gonna have Lydia do an item test. Now, I do believe she's in range to pull both of them, because I believe the range extends slightly outside of the item range. The group range extends slightly out of the item range, I think. So I'm gonna just turn her blue for a little bit. Actually, no. I'm gonna teach you a different technique. Just as we used the base in the last example, the magnet base in the last example, we can also use this in a different way. So I'm gonna move a little bit. So now I've rid myself of the technique because I moved the character just a little bit. All you need is just a smidget. The order also matters because I'm gonna go over to Adonis and then I'm gonna try to get to Arcana, because the only one I want to try to pull over is Arcana. So I'm gonna go to Arcana and then I'm gonna go back to Lydia. So if I did this correctly, even though I am going to turn blue, I am only going to pull the character that I want, which is Arcana, even though Rashika is closer. And there you have it. Episode 2 of the vet step, aka the triangle formation, aka ITOwl on some bullshit naming these techniques. These are very useful techniques that have no business being here. So now I've created, let's just say, let's call this part of the technique, we have just created a moon to orbit around our gravity. So I can go, and if I turn blue, I can keep pulling her and only her. But if I go back to Rashika, I can pull her back. So we've created an orbiting moon in this example. Again, this requires your units lineup being perfectly placed. If there's an order where I can't go left or right, there's a chance that you can not have the opportunity to do this because your characters aren't in, the order you need them to be in. So that also needs to be taken into account. In this example, it works perfectly because I can just go right, get there, and I can go left to get back to the other side, So I can just keep calling the moon to orbit around as I see fit. Now it is worth stating that the moment that the moon gets completely to the root of the magnet, the effect wears off and they become part of the magnet, which means you have to move again in order to reactivate it. I'm just gonna put her all the way back over again. So now the magnet effect should have worn off. See? So I have to move again in order to reactivate it, like so. This time I want Rashika to move over with me. I'm gonna go to Rashika and I'm gonna come back. Now Rashika, even though she's the furthest away, she's going to be the one to come towards me. And she's coming on this side. So now we've created a different roaming orbiting moon. Like so. And I go this way. Yep. Or go back this way. Now she's coming back this way. So you see, there are plenty of uses for this that involves you being extremely creative. So now we'll go into part 3 of the vet step, aka the triangle formation. And that is making use of having 2 teams on 2 different sides. Let's say I want to target this guy down here. I don't like the way he's looking at my teammates right there. He's looking at Rashika's ass. Low key. Looking at places his eyes should not be at. We got to make an example out of him. But can I kill him from here? Can I touch him up without upsetting the balance of the stage as it is? My team's not in danger. I would like to keep them out of danger. She's kind of in the line of fire, but we're just going to pretend like that's not real. So I am going to use the vet step, aka triangle offense or triangle formation, to get my whole party on one target, even though they have no chance of reaching over here. We're going to turn both Rashika and Arcana red. We could turn them blue, everybody blue, it doesn't matter. We've already vetted everybody. We went over them. Be like, hey, you know, you good, you good, you good, you good. And since they're both tied to magnets, this is able to work. So now I'm going to target this guy. Actually, he's a little out of range. Okay, he's slightly out of range. So we're going to move Rashika a little bit. Okay, move it a little bit. Okay, now we're going to vet everybody again. Vet it, vet it, vet it, vet it. Now we're going to turn them red. Red. Okay, everybody's still cool. You could target these bugs. Okay, maybe you can't target that bug. Maybe whatever. You can target the snail. If I go over here, I can also target this lizard with my whole party. So now, even though they're a mile away, I can get Adonis and Lydia on here, or I can get them both on here. And if I had better positioning, I can also get them on one of these bugs. Right? If Lydia were where Adonis were, we can also target these bugs. So we effectively have a bit of a triangle of targets that we can hit. For now, we'll do the lizard man because he was looking at Rashika earlier. And voila. Make sure that before you move, you align the teams back up again, because you could put yourself in a bad position, moving everybody out of position. So I'm going to move them towards the bugs. We have a target on the bugs, but we've lost their target on the snail. Thankfully, they are still lined up towards the snail. We vet everybody. This time we're going to turn them blue. Since both teams are magnetized, we've already vetted everybody. I can either target the snail, or I can go over here and target the bugs. Let's get rid of the bugs because they have an attack sight. They have a line of sight on us. Okay, so if I could hit them, that would have worked, you see? Unfortunately, we're kind of out of luck on that part. Since we probably don't have a way to kill them, we're going to run away. But, you know, hopefully that was a good demonstration of how the technique works in a multitude of scenarios. I believe we've covered most of the grounds of the vet step techniques. Let's just say you can use this to divert attention of the enemies, obviously, but also to keep members you don't want in reach of attacks and keep them legitimately in the back row. That is where this is most useful, and I believe this buffs defensive builds a lot more to put someone who's good at defense, potentially good at defense, up in front and keeping your attackers safe. That's the funny thing, is you could tie any team to any color too. As long as you vetted them and you don't move them, it really doesn't matter. As long as they're, you know, in their proper positions. In this scenario, I can keep Adonis in the back row, still attack with them, but keeping him extremely secure from attacks. And in the same way, I can minimize wasting turns moving my characters around. This is actually extremely useful, especially in the Seraphic gates. Is actually extremely useful. So as long as they're in range of my item, they're well within range now. But also the other benefit of this is, as a solo character, it is much easier to move around and divert your enemy's attacks, while also having two members or several members in a different location to distract the enemies and make it easier for you to maneuver. So you get the best of both worlds of having an easier time maneuvering around a map with less clutter, potentially striking an attack zone, while also getting the benefit of having an extended attack range of a full party on a single character, even though they're miles away. While also being able to call and maneuver your team about without live action time happening, right? And again, all the little tricks of the creating an orbiting moon and whatnot makes for a very valuable tool. So allow me to break it down a little bit further, this time using a graph. There are two roles at play, the magnet and the leaker. The magnet is two or more party members at the closest proximity to one another. The leaker's role is that of a stray member that is not at the closest proximity of another member. So it goes like this. The leaker loses to the gravitational pull of both the magnet and the leaker. The leaker, in other words, loses to the gravitational pull of everything related to your team. The magnet, however, has the option to stay in place or to be pulled. So the magnet in this case is your king, your queen. The magnet is your most powerful unit, and it is the key to pulling this all off. Without the magnet, this technique, the vet step, if you will, or the triangle formation. It is not possible. You always need to anchor a magnet, and a leaker is optional, or you could have 2 magnets. As long as you have 1 magnet, you can pull this technique off and get creative with it. If you have 2 magnets active on a battlefield, you have the most powerful version of this technique. That's all I gotta say for now. You know, back to the lab until I learn some more, and I'll hit y'all with anything else I find out, if I find anything else out. I hope y'all enjoyed. And with that, that's pretty much this video. The rest of this video is going to consist of storyline, of gameplay in chronological order. For the most part, it's going to be chopped and chewed in the less boring parts. I hope you all have enjoyed this video format. I've decided, you know, each video I've done so far has been in a different format. I'm trying to find my way, my niche for doing this sort of thing. And let me know what y'all think about the vet step. It may or may not be new, you know. I forgot to mention that. I'm not claiming this is new. I'm just claiming that I found it. I'm just claiming that I discovered it on my own, really. And it is pretty cool, you know, and I'm itching to find more. I'm itching to find more. I feel like I'm going to find more. I tend to find more in video games that I really like, so hopefully. Fingers crossed. Peace, much love, stay cool. Have a blessed day, everyone, and best of fortune to you. Eat well, eat good things, tell your loved ones you love them, and stay cool. Deuces. From the desert town Kalstad, Rashika was one of several heroes who protected the town from the spreading forces of the powerful Krell Montferrain. With her knowledge of the land and by controlling the water supply, she managed to protect the town from the colossal Krell Montferrain army. In 724 CC, she received a fatal wound during the 4th Kalstad invasion and died in the arms of her lover. When Krell Montferrain's army later heard of her demise, they immediately regretted missing the opportunity to take Kalstad. Okay, well, so see, it's a very vague profile that she has right here. So she protected the desert town that we were in. And you know, that's pretty much it. She had a lover somewhere. Oh yes, she learned her skill. Double edge and spirit control. It's going to go crazy. Watch out, watch out. We are on to something. Oh, my bad. I was supposed to go in and go to the left. The gods' emissaries ravaged the castle. The town is soon to follow. The warrior underground paths should be open. All citizens should evacuate Solday at once. This town is incurred with the god's wrath. There is no time to spare. Roleplay rock, roleplay. Now screw the roleplay. Rerun. This is the best part of the game. This whole area is so cool because it's a callback to the old game. It's a callback to the old game, all while just being a cool location. I don't care if I'm dreaming. Please take this, I beg you. He was taken by the battle maiden clad in black. didn't. Oh yeah, I didn't even get my skills yet from the Alice. I'll get it eventually. We don't have fire attacks. Oh yeah, I should save it. But I'll go to the store first. Damn, I came here without an inn. Yeah, I'm not gonna buy any of these. I don't see the point. If they had the stamina rejuvenation, I'd get that. But all of these is, you know, the menu only coming by like once in a blue moon. You get one shot and you have to wait. I don't see it being worth it. All right, we going in. Going in.
Fear not. You have served me well. I bear no ill will against ye.
Do this one after the king.
Dallas.
The queen. She is safe.
The king has said he forgives us. Fortune favors the living and breathing. It's still not too late for you, Dallas.
Cut these legs from underneath me, and I will still stand by my king.
Dallas.
Two of them came around, but the young one wants to die with his king.
And the queen?
The young one hid her somewhere, but he's determined to guard the secret with his life.
Then take his life.
You sure about this?
Look while you still can and witness! Witness the end of your king who betrayed the gods and defiled the providence of nature! So you've come to say farewell.
Alicia!
Stay back. You mustn't come near.
How amusing. Your chance to prove your loyalty has just arrived.
Fancy that! You're still alive!
So oh my god, did you see this unity right here? Which one do we want to hit? He's got his guard back up.
Next time I won't miss.
You'll pay in blood.
Damn you monsters! Spell reinforced!
And he also reduced my whatever you call it. Okay, we're just gonna try to max our regen. 52.
Damn you monsters!
51. Where's Lydia?
Damn you!
58.
Damn you monsters! Damn you monsters! Damn you monsters!
GG's.
The glory shall be mine.
Get him out of here. But we're weak, so I don't know. No, he's dead. He's for sure gone. He's hell out of here. He is finito.
Is the Fool King's choice.
He's beyond finished. You know, facing the action, because he could just do a 360 attack at any moment. Nice. So also do my third attack. Try to stun him. Oh. Yep. That's that bullshit I was talking about. That's that bullshit. We can't survive this. I took him off of. I took him off of the sweet chant music. Oh my god.
Chaotic rule.
Okay, thank goodness. Thank goodness that was all it was. Taking the risk. Oh my god. Look at the spread we have. Look at the spread. I wonder if I go to Adonis, will it fuck it up? Nope. Look at this align, the attack spread. This is the cheap shit that you gotta just mess around with to find out.
The glory shall be mine. Next time I shall light your way to hell. You're not bad.
He's gonna do great magic now that I think about it. I shouldn't do this. I might have fucked up. Oh my god. Is my team clutch or what? Okay, I risked it. I risked it. Let's try to get it loose. Okay. Okay. Well, it depends on the type of dash you get, I guess. I'm pretty sure he has super magic or some shit like that, right? Pretty sure he does. But maybe I could just kill him, you know? GG's. Fuck. Fuck. Hit him, Lydia. Nah, Adonis. Why play around? I'm about to just like toy with him. You start fucking around. He's like, hey, we could kill you with one of our archers. They both got Shartnel Shapner. I don't know how to use it.
We're not taking her with us.
Give them until nightfall. They can lick their wounds in the meantime.
Curse you!
Pathetic. If these pass for mages in Japan, then it's a country of fools.
The only fool here is you, Battle Maiden.
We'll have to pass on becoming Einherjar.
Dallas, you don't need to suffer anymore.
Ghoul powder. These mortals despise the gods so much, they'd rather become demons than face their fate?
Cursed battle maiden! If only it weren't for you!
I never liked this dude. He looks so much like a Kingdom Hearts character. It's so out of place. But also, he's like that mage guy in Valkyrie Profile 1. I swear he's the same model. The vampire.
Dallas! Dallas!
That same snapping vampire. That son of a bitch. It's the same motherfucker. 10,000 years in the past.
He's become a demon to the core.
Where are you going?
I must go see my mother. I'm sure she's somewhere in the castle.
I hope so. But remember that even if we lose Japan, we still have to fight to save Midgard. Either way, we have to return to the castle and prepare ourselves.
This game really, if it got a remake, man, I don't want a remake. I want a remaster. Okay, let's get that out the way first of all. I want a remaster. I don't want them to change anything about this game. I don't want, okay, I would like some bonus stuff though. I would like some bonus stuff. But I would just fix up the, not even, I can't even use fix up, but just like add, like there's supposed to be a crowd here. There's supposed to be a crowd here. I did beat Valkyrie Profile 1. I forgot to mention that. I did beat it. I got the true ending. I did get it. Okay, so I know shit now. There's supposed to be a big ass crowd out here. Through that whole scene. There's a crowd. It's supposed to be all inside the gate. And there were people inside the gate, right? There were. So what happened? Also, the bucket's still supposed to be here. The bucket's still supposed to be here. And Lynette, spoilers, comes up here and, you know, reaches in the bucket, takes the king's head, and yada yada yada. And that is canon in this. That is canon, right? This is the same timeline. So it's not like just because of whatever that things got misconstrued. No, it's stated specifically. It is stated specifically that those same lines of events happened here as well. So
Okay. So, basically, in order to save Midgard, we need to defeat Odin?
No. Restoring the dragon orb to Midgard will avert the crisis at hand.
However, if Odin himself is guarding it...
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Do you know what you're saying? That would be like us starting Ragnarok and winning. Aren't we getting a little carried away?
Rufus, we can't have you losing heart on us. You are the sole person in this world with any hope of rivaling Odin. One could say you possess a greater potential to oppose Odin than even Lady Silmeria.
I see. Odin's knowledge can be assimilated into Rufus.
You think I'm just some brainless vessel of the gods?
No, I have respect for you. You may be mankind's only hope now. Not as a vessel, but as a true god.
I understand what you're saying. But until Rufus acquires the courage, skills, and strength, it's all speculation.
Please tell me what happened, King Barbarossa and Queen Malabath. Oh man, I'll tell you about it later. Tell you about it later, my brother. Is there another save point up here? It's over for the pad. And not looking good. That's a no, we're good. We're good. We got a map. We got a map and a save. I don't know if I should do this right now or if I should wait till another day. Because if I do this right now and complete it, I may not play this game for who knows how long. Who knows how long it may take for me to come back to this game if I complete this right now. If I do this part right now, I don't know. I may not come back. So maybe I should postpone this. I'm going to bed, or actually I'm going to get something to eat, and then I'm going to read some stories. And I hope y'all have a good one. Peace, much love, stay cool, and I hope, everything's all as well. Deuces.